Welcome to this tutorial about how to evaluate and submit apps for MadStore publication. For an app to be eligible for full publication to MadStore, it must meet at least 90% of the criteria detailed in the test module. Certain elements are required. Apps cannot be published that do not meet these standards, even if the overall score is 90% or better. These include a minimum of 9 screens created by the app developer, minimum of 3 different types of templates used, at least one screen using a code-based template, an app description, and searchable tags. Here's a guide to scoring apps. Start by opening the test module. The Review Guidelines option should be open. Note, this process should be done by the student before submitting the app to the teacher. The first section is related to the Planning module. Check the mind map to see if at least 3 levels of detail are extended out from an internal or central theme. For example, the next section deals with the visual design. Review the elements and check out how effective the developer was by going to the Design module. Select Edit this theme and confirm that the elements have been satisfied. The higher level of sophistication section contains required elements that can be evaluated by opening the Build module. Open the My Screens list at the bottom and review the numbers and types of templates used by the developer. Evaluating the effectiveness of accessible content requires more careful inspection. Return to the Build module and open each screen to check for the form and functionality of the app's infrastructure. Like accessible content, functionality needs to be reviewed in some detail. As before, return to the Build module to test this. Adding an element of interactivity is important to an app's success. This can be achieved in several ways: asking for feedback by way of the content editor template, or linking to a Google form, adding a quiz, and so forth. Quizzes and games are popular HCJ Builder options, as well as customized flashcard screens. This section is a bit more subjective, but as you can see, there are measurable items. Effective identification also contains required elements. To confirm that these criteria have been met, open the Launch module. There should be both an app description and at least 4 searchable tags entered. This is also a good time to check to make sure you use no more than first names if mentioning yourself and/or collaborators. Finally, return to the Test module and check the app score by clicking the button at the bottom of the Review Guidelines section. Now we're ready to start the submission process. After the student reviews the guidelines and self-scores the app in the test module, the app can be submitted to be considered for MadStore publication to the teacher. The student will now see that the request has been forwarded to their teacher. The teacher will receive an email indicating the request for a review of the submitted app, which can be opened by the teacher from the dashboard. When the score and required elements meet the criteria, the app is ready to be submitted for review by the MadLearn Success and Product Development teams. When the teacher is satisfied that the criteria have been met, the app can be forwarded to MadLearn to be reviewed further. After final reviews, one of three things will occur. The app could be published to MadStore. The app could be designated as featured on the MadStore app. Or feedback will be sent to the teacher to share with the student regarding any issues that were identified. That's how to get an app published on MadStore. Good luck!